What's up, Sooner Nation? It is postseason time in Oklahoma. Regionals get underway tonight with the first game being Boston and Oregon, followed by the nightcap, OU versus Cleveland State. And guys, I think everyone is anticipating kind of the second round matchup and kind of looking past this Cleveland State team, but you can't do that, even though the stats are pretty evident that this team is not really very good, and OU should have their way with Cleveland State tonight in the first game of this regional. But it will be interesting, guys, to see what Gasso does with the lineup, not just the pitching, but also the batting order. If she plays a lot of players tonight, knowing that tomorrow will bring a more difficult matchup and test, depending on if it's Boston or Oregon. Either way, it's going to be both of those teams present some problems. I would think.
Yeah, I mean, this is the equivalent of number one seed in the NCAA tournament versus number 16. I mean, this first game should be a run rule. I mean, let's face facts. That's what this should be. They're not very good. Oklahoma's number two ranked team in the nation. Should be a run rule. I think. I think as you look forward, yeah, the next round is to me is the one you're really anticipating. But to me, the thing about this first game, yeah, it's going to be a run rule probably. OU's going to dominate, but you can still dominate in the right way to get you ready for the next game. You got to come out there and early on look really good, pitching, be sharp. You want everything to be sharp, just like you should be against a team like this. But I think that's what's going to help you for the next round, and then after that, because if you come out here and just lollygag and end up run rolling later on, that's fine. But I just think being sharp on defense, pitching, and hitting, all of it. It's postseason time. It's time to play, baby.
Yeah, Cleveland State, 22-24. They're only one in the tournament because they won their conference. Not a good team. At the plate, they're batting 276, 331 on base percentage with 24 home runs on the year. That's pretty much nothing. 6 of those 24 home runs come from Emma Gilkerson. So, that's a quarter of the home run total for them. And then on the mound, or in the circle, sorry, not a great pitching staff. They are going to, I would assume, throw their best arm, and Melissa Holzfull. Sorry if I butchered that name. Could not find any sort of a guide on the CSU website, but she has a pretty good ERA with a 1.77 two-way star for them. I think the key to the game is start early. You don't want them leaving their ace in past really 3 innings. Make them go to a bad bullpen. That's what it is. Outside of her, you look through the ERA, 6, 21, 12.83. Like very bad pitching staff, and you got to get to them early.
Yeah, OU's found a rhythm after the Big 12 tournament. They went through their struggle, and guys, we would all admit it was a struggle that was more than any of us probably anticipated this season, and probably more than any of them anticipated. And I think what both of you guys say when we talk about getting a quick start, you don't want those demons or those thoughts of, wow, are we back to the struggle bus like it was? Or because I know their focus is a fourth natty, and you can't let that thought creep in. They found something. They've looked a lot better. They've been very consistent. They've scored runs. They've been better in the circle with the arms. And again, you just got to keep rolling in the right direction. That snowball is going in the right direction, and it needs to keep snowballing. And these wins need to keep mounting, and the runs need to keep mounting. And the only thing that's going to do is put doubt in the opponent's mind that this team is back to where everyone thought they would be.
Yeah, and I look for first game and really this whole region, but first game specifically, somebody like Sydney Sanders, I think it's very, very important that she kind of gets going. She got that last hit that hit right at the end of the Big 12 tournament. And I think it's very important for her. I really do. I think last year, her and Grace Lyons were struggling, both of them. And they kind of got going in the postseason. And I think the Sooners need that because Sydney Sanders, guys, I know we've talked about how she struggled to play. She's going to play. I mean, that's a fact of the matter. She's not pulling Sydney Sanders. I mean, I know people have said that, but she's not going to do it. Her defense, they count on her on defense, and so I think it's just huge for this team if she can get going and start game one. Let's get going, get Sydney Sanders going, because they need that pop in the bottom of the order too, where she's been hitting. They could really use that. So.
Yeah, and again, they've started their last 3 games in that Big 12 tournament. They were hitting lights out to start the game. I mean, it was 5 runs against Kansas after, Kansas kind of shocked them and got some runs on the board early. They get an early lead against BYU and just take control of that game, and then early lead against Texas and don't give up the lead the rest of the way. And I think what it really comes down to is the 2 senior captains. Kinsey Hanson's leading the team right now in batting average with 421. And then Tiare Jennings is having, batting average wise, worst year of her career, 368 batting average. It's May. They call it May Mayhem. I think you're going to need those 2 senior captains to just step up, put the team on their back, and get those timely extra base hits to put runs on the board.
Yeah, I know the question for some is who's going to be in the circle for the Sooners. So real quick, guys, who do you got pitching, and who's your Sooner standout? And I'll start with I think Gasso is going to set the tone early. Maxwell, in my opinion, is going to start. I don't think she's going to be in very long. I think she's just going to get in there, throw some pitches, throw an inning or 2, and get out. And I think you're going to see a pitcher by committee tonight because I think the score will dictate that, and they won't have to leave one pitcher and get them all a little feel of the regional, and then move to the next game. And Sooner standout, I'm just going to pick a Sooner standout for tonight. And my Sooner standout, guys, is Ella Parker. I think the hot streak continues.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree a little bit. I think Kirsten Dill is going to start this game. I just kind of get the feeling that's what they're going to do. I mean, I've been wrong a lot this year, so I might be wrong on this, but I just think maybe they're going to put Dill out there because, like Hunter said, after 1 or 2 innings, this game should be over. So yeah, I don't think any pitcher is going to pitch very many innings for Oklahoma. I really don't, because I think it's going to be a run roll and they're going to have a big lead. But Sooner standout, I talked about it earlier, and I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna say Sydney Sanders. I think she breaks out and she gets a home run and gets back on track.
Well, I'm going to make it where only one of us is going to be right on starting pitcher predictions for this game. I'm going Carly Keeney. Again, you're facing a 22-24 team, only in it because they won the Horizon League, and also trying to get these new faces or pitchers on this team that don't really have that regional experience. I know Keeney has some, but again, not at Oklahoma. Maxwell has a ton of experience at Oklahoma State. Going to the College World Series, it seemed like every single year. Deal got some of that last year. Nicole May, enough said, she's won 3 straight national championships. So I'm going to go Carly Keeney opening it up, 1-2 innings. Sooners get a big lead, and then Peyton Monticelli and S.J. Guerin to close it down. And then standout, again, senior captains, they got to step up. Tiare Jennings with the big game to set the tone for the entire regional.
Get started tonight. Looks like the rain will be moved out of the area by the first pitch of the first game. And then Saturday and Sunday looks like really warm temps there at Love's Field. So ball should be flying very well this weekend at Love's Field. Thanks for watching the content here at the Sooner Surge. We'll make sure we're giving you some post-game feedback interaction as well and content. So be subscribed to our channel. We'll appreciate it. Till next time. Boomer.
Sooner.